Hey guys, and welcome to Epic Mickey Complete Edition on Rate the LP. And since I didn't do a halfway point video because by the time I came up with this little series, it's a little bit too late to make the halfway video, so I just let's wait till it's complete and stuff. So let's just jump right on there, shall we? Because I just finished the last recording tonight. I've got it all edited. I'm currently rendering the last few parts, and they'll be out of my hair forever. Alright, so Epic Mickey. I want to state this right now before I go any further. I love Epic Mickey. It's one of my favorite Wii games. I think its visuals are fantastic. I love its nostalgia. I love every single thing Warren Spector put into this game because it's so creative and all that other stuff. It is so vast and just everything it is. Like, you really have to dig deep if you want to get every single reference, which I try to do for the LP by watching the old cartoons that some of the film reels based off of, which I still recommend to a lot of people. They're really good, and it got me introduced to Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who is one of my favorite cartoon characters now, and definitely a lot of his stuff is just awesome to watch. So, again, I praise Epic Mickey for what it is as a game. But now that I'm looking back at the LP, guys, it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster. Alright, I'm going to admit something right now, because I have a bad tendency to do this, and I'm going to do this in the future even, I'm not, this isn't going to be like alright, this has happened, it's happened enough times now. No, it's going to happen in the future, because I just can't control myself like this. Epic Mickey impressed me so much that after I beat it the first time, I thought I knew where everything was. That's just not the case. I had to play through Epic Mickey at least 2 more times before I could tell you where every single little thing is. But with this LP, because I thought, oh, well, it's a game that I can have memorized pretty easily. No. No, 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 no. No. Especially when I played the game for the first time back in January and didn't beat it until March. And that was spread over, I didn't play the whole game for the entire month of February. So I had already done up to the point where you got to Tomorrow City, but I never really went past that part until March. So you can see exactly right there, that's where the problem lies. The playing time between the two games, the play times between the 2 playing sessions that I did were way too far apart. So that's why Epic Mickey really did fail as an LP, is because I chose to do it as soon as I beat it, because I thought I knew the beginning as well as I did, but again, look at the beginning parts, and it is not the case. Also, Epic Mickey was probably the game that it's one of those games like I just wasn't looking forward to LPing. Well, not LPing, but looking forward to recording. Like the first few parts, okay, I'm getting into it. I like Ventureland and everything else, but Lonesome Manor, and I can't stress to you guys, I really, really just wanted to end the LP. I just wanted to end it. I wanted to cancel the damn thing because I kept getting pissed because I didn't know where shit was. I was like, oh, I'm such a smart guy about this game. I can tell you all these references, but I can't tell you where shit is. And it is just... It's one of those cases, I should have known what I was doing before I did something this big. Especially for what Epic Mickey is. Again, it is a phenomenal game. Don't let my bad LP ruin it for you guys. If you think, oh man, he's getting mad at this hard part, which granted, Epic Mickey does get really hard at the end for how cheap it gets. But at the same time, it's such a fun game. I highly recommend it to anyone who's willing to try it. It's just that, for me in the LP, it's the same thing I said as in Paper Mario, In Paper Mario, in Chapter 4, when I did the halfway video on that, I said one of the main things I kept getting pissed off at is because I had to be aware I didn't know where shit was. And when I'm recording, I'm never looking at a guide. There are very few LPs where I'll come out and say, alright, let me check my guide real quick so that way I can make sure I'm doing the right thing. For Epic Mickey, I did not print out a single thing when I really should have. So that just really pissed me off about it. Also, I gotta say, Epic Mickey was probably the LP I got interrupted the most on. Especially the last recording session. I had to cut so much shit out, it's not even funny. The last recording session was an hour and a half about. And when I got done editing it, it's an hour. You see, I don't mind cutting, because I do like doing transitions, and especially when I can make them funny, which a few of the last few parts of Epic Mickey are. And when I'm uploading this is when Epic Mickey's done. But I gotta say, it just, for me, I really should have known what I was doing, so that's one of the reasons I'm not gonna look back at Epic Mickey and say, that was a good LP, is because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, and just so you know, I can do that sort of thing where I can beat the game once and tell you where stuff is. Because I've done that, because, like, usually when I'm doing an LP, on the day I may have beaten the game. Like, I've done that for a few games. Like, I did it with Sly Cooper, I did it with Ratchet and Clank 1, and I also did it in Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. And Crack in Time is still one of my favorite LPs I've ever done. Would I like to go back and remake it? Yes, because the quality is shit. But I look back and, I played through the game while doing the LP. For Epic Mickey, I didn't do that. And I don't know, maybe if I'd been able to copy my save file, I would have done it, but, either way, I'm not redoing that LP ever. But now that I'm kind of done talking about the negative stuff like that, let me tell you what I did like about the game. Well, number one, it definitely did get me more in touch with Disney and seeing how much he really had done stuff, and as well as Ub Iwerks, which I still don't know how to pronounce his name right. It's UB last name Iwerks, and I also found out while doing Epic Mickey, because I was with my friends one time, that my friend actually has the same birthday as Ub Iwerks, and I was like, oh man, you lucky bastard. Because again, like, I look up to these guys now, Walt Disney and him, because they created these characters that we grew up on, and I would have never really took an inside look unless it wasn't for this LP and the game itself. So that's again another reason why I do praise Epic Mickey, because it really got me in touch with some of my childhood icons that I never really took the time to sit down and research about. I also gotta say, there were a few times where I think my rage did cause some hilarity. Again, in the last part, I may get mad during recording, guys, but like after about an hour or two, when I've calmed down from that and I'm not mad anymore, I'll go back and listen to myself. I can't help but laugh. It's like, wow, I got this mad, and like I don't know, and it really does show in these last few recording sessions. Also, in Epic Mickey, I took every opportunity to make fun of myself. I think one of my favorite moments in the entire LP, honestly, it's like a little tiny joke, and it took me like no more than about probably 5 minutes to make, but damn it, I laughed so hard at myself when I did it. It was when I went to Clarabelle's house, and there was 3 pins, one on the right, one at the top, and one at the left near the door. Okay? Get the one near the door and the top, but I don't see the one by Clarabelle. And when I leave the room, what I do right there, I don't know what it was. It was just very simple to do. Very, very simple. Look up a sound effect, get it, put it in the video, get it like a little image, make sure it's, just that image, put it in there, and then do the epic fail thing, That's real easy to do. And I just find myself laughing at that every time. I was like, wow, I was that stupid. So I think that, Epic Mickey definitely has a few points to me, like making fun of myself. And again, I do this in the last recording session too. I make fun of myself when I die to something I still don't know what caused it, because I looked back at it during editing. And when I say, what the hell killed me, because nothing hit me, I look back, nothing hit me. I analyzed that, frame by frame, nothing hit me. It's like Mickey's like, just had a sudden heart attack, but the thing is, his heart is out of his body by that point. Ooh, spoilers. But then again, this is the complete when I finished Epic Mickey, so spoilers cannot come and go. This is why you need to watch the fucking LP before you come watch this video. But some people don't care about spoilers, so. Alright. But that's definitely something Epic Mickey, got its points by me making fun of myself, which I don't do often, and also I do love seeing the cutscenes and stuff like that, because again, I love the artwork for Epic Mickey. It's really awesome, and just the frustration and not knowing what to do is what really pissed me off throughout the LP. Again, I love Epic Mickey. If I go back and play it now, I'll have a lot of fun, because I know now what I need to do and what not to do, and so, that's that. And I did accomplish my goal. Again, like I'm telling you, you should watch the LP before, I do this because this is all fair, love, war, and all that. I did get I did get the best ending. I fucked up a few times. You know, I kept saying I want to get the best ending, so I need to do all the Pete side quests and all the horse side quests, but I said fuck the last horse side quest because when I was doing it, I had no idea how to do it, so I just said fuck it. I didn't care. And then Bunny Roundup, that was just very easy for me, so I just said, all right, let's do it. But then the Colonel Pete thing, I messed up on because I kid you not, guys. But before I did Lonesome Manor, I watched an entire walkthrough of Lonesome Manor to see where every little thing was, and I made sure. Okay, this is where you get the Colonel Pete stuff. I saw it. I'm like, all right, I've got it. Let's not forget it. And I forgot it because I wasn't thinking about it. I was thinking about saving the ghost because I'd never done that path. And when I left the room, I just didn't think about it until I got about like 2 rooms later on. I was like, fuck, I can't go back now. So, also, I didn't get all the film reels like I said I would. You know, I just kind of said fuck it by the end because I had already missed Colonel Pete. Plus, the Fantasia ones are such a pain in the ass to get. I can't stress that enough. Especially the ones, like, I think it's the 3rd one, like they're pouring water and that water's coming up. I really, really hate that. That is, even my first playthrough, I got really mad at that. Trying to think of a few other things. Oh yes, how could I forget this? Also, Epic Mickey, one of the other reasons why I wanted to do it in the first place as well, besides after I beat it, was because one of my good friends on YouTube, Lucky Jack 20, although I don't talk to him that much nowadays, had finished his LP, so I kind of wanted to, you know, do it right after he did, because I didn't want to go in there and, like, we both be doing it at the same time, because, you know, when you have a friend or something like that who's an LP, or you don't, a lot of people, you know, don't like doing the same LP as they are, but and so, like, they kind of wait for him to be done. So I waited till he finished Epic Mickey, and he finished it very soon, right before I started mine. So I thought that was like the best time to do it. And so I asked him, "Hey, do you want to come in and commentate?" And that's when we did the co-commentary thing. Since then, I think I've only had like one person ask me if I want to do co-commentary with them. I should just make a whole separate video about co-commentary with me because I'm very picky about that sort of thing because I don't want bombardment with messages asking for that. I wouldn't mind it at some point, you know, but the thing is, I have to be aware of a lot of stuff. Okay, save that for another video because I kind of need to wrap this up. So, Epic Mickey, again, I can't tell you how many parts it came out to because I'm still rendering the last few parts. But I definitely gotta say, it was an LP that I did not enjoy doing towards the end. I do love the game a lot, I do love what it represents, and I am looking forward to the sequel very much. Am I going to LP the sequel? Probably not, because this is, again, like, or maybe I will, just later down the road, I don't know. It's definitely not going to be this year. I don't plan on it. Like, for what I've got later in store for this year, there's no way I can fit it into my schedule, especially if I want to get to a certain series later on, which may be happening very soon, actually. So, alright, okay, so, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, Epic Mickey, great game, bad LP. This is definitely an LP that, you know, if you want to see me get mad, this is definitely an accomplishment of that. I will say that it's definitely one of the few LPs I got really mad at, and I don't do that too often, so I think if you guys love seeing me get frustrated or you love seeing people scream, then that's the LP for you to watch. And so, yeah, I guess I could start doing this too, like a rating or something like that. For Epic Mickey, I'd say for a rating on a out of 10 scale, I'd give the LP about probably a 5.5 or 6 because definitely a lot of good moments in there for commentary and jokes. But for me, recording wise, definitely not fun because that's the main fun part of doing LPs is recording and playing the game. Editing is just little soft kicks that you get every once in a while, but editing is something you do constantly. I mean, not editing, recording. So, you know, recording was a big pain in the ass, and I just didn't look forward to it. I wanted to cancel it so badly at points, but I just stressed on because I knew a lot of people were loving it, and I didn't want to cancel it because of that. So, that's all I got to say, guys. Tell me what you thought of the Epic Mickey LP if you've seen it all, and if you do plan on watching it and you just didn't care about spoilers, by all means, you can just tell me what you think of the LP as you're watching it in this video, or in the comments in the Epic Mickey playlist, or in the videos themselves. So, that's all I got to say, and I'll see you guys next time.